Hello. This is Brianna from BL Budgeting. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for coming. I just wanted to go over my March budget. I'm always excited for a brand new month, and we get to set some new goals and organize our month. All right, so I'm going to, this is partially already done. I just like to kind of go over it more in depth, both for my sake and for your sake. So if you're trying to learn and just trying to be better at budgeting, it's really helpful to literally write everything down. And people make mistakes all the time. I made a mistake on my last video. I completely forgot an expense, and then when I was doing the math, I figured it out. But just make your budget, go over it. That's literally why I also have this channel, not only to connect with people and find people and learn things, but also to keep me accountable for sticking to my budget, things like that. All right, so I have created, let me zoom you in. I already made my monthly budget, and how I typically do that is I have everything written down that I pay every month, like my bills. And those typically don't change, but I like to know what I paid last month because I literally just found that I had a charge on my credit card. That's where I have some of my subscriptions just to get a few points. But I literally just saw a random charge for $12.71. And today, right now, it's past midnight, so it's technically the 9th. But last month, this is what I paid for my video editing app. So just budgeting and tracking, let me see. I might have not even noticed that last time. Not last time, but if I didn't budget and keep track of these things, I might have not even seen it. All right, so, which is okay. It's not a big increase. I think it was actually your first month is cheap. And then now this will be my expense every single month. That will be my price. So then I have my variable expenses. And if you don't know where to go for this, just look back at your past few months and total up what you bought. So you can kind of get like a roundabout, because it's very hard to be realistic when you are making a budget. If you're just starting out, you're going to say, you know what, I'm only going to spend $200 on groceries this month. And that for you might not be realistic. It could be, but you don't want to set your goals way too high, because if you don't get there, you might be upset, discouraged, or back into debt, things like that, because you had spent your money somewhere else because you thought you can get away with only $200 in groceries. So look back at recent spending to try to get a roundabout ballpark of what you have been using for each category. And then where do you want that number to be? Do you want to drop it a little bit? Are you okay with where it is? Do you want to drop a different number? Things like that. So I have all of my regular variable expenses, and then sometimes I just have random things added in that I remember, like, oh, I need to pay this month and only this month, but it wasn't on my bill tracker, so it wasn't put into my budget when I initially made it. So, which is okay. Like, things come up all the time. So this is for flea and tick. And if you have pets, if you use flea and tick, I know it's controversial, but I do use it here. I live in Pennsylvania, and there's a lot of fields around, and this is just what I want to do and how I want to do it. For a 6-month prescription for my dog, for what we use, $200. And it's getting warm out, and I was just going to give it to her, and the basket is empty. I was not paying attention. That used to be a sinking fund. I used to save up every month. It would just be like $30 or something. Every single month I put it away, and I would keep track of when it was due. But around the holidays, budgeting got away from me, and I did not put this back into my sinking funds, into my budget. So I don't have the money at all. And then also, if you have pets and you need a prescription and you go through Chewy, you will see that Chewy will contact your vet. And if your dog or cat or whatever has not been to the vet within a few months, or I'm sure there's some like specific timeline, the vet is going to decline your prescription and say that you need to come in for an appointment just for a wellness check. Well, I need to do that. So I need to pay for the prescription. I'm going to have to pay for the exam. So this is going to be, I don't know, maybe $300 that I didn't plan on spending. But that's why you budget. So you kind of see where, like right now I'm looking at this and I know that I have a little bit of overtime coming. I know that I'm not going to be spending all of my pet food money. So right there is a little bit of extra. Also, taxes are coming. I'm doing my taxes in 2 weeks. So I don't know if I'm going to owe or not. So who knows what will happen with that. But you just try to be prepared the best that you can. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. I'm going to start back at the beginning and we're going to fill this out together because I actually have a little bit of a busy month. I love these planners, just how, because it's so hard to write when this is right here. So you just pop it out, pop it in. And I will actually tag these in the description. I got these from Etsy. I got 2 of the black ones and this tan one. I will let you know who it's from. They are such good quality. Like I bought one and then I came back to her instead of just going on Amazon. All right, I'm gonna zoom out. So the order this was in, and most of these are available on my Etsy shop, BL Budgeting, but if they're not, I will let you know where I got them. I usually will get digital downloads if I just need something in a pinch, and I'll just find something on Etsy. It's really inexpensive. So this one, I wanted to see like a good breakdown in the beginning of the month so I know what I have coming up that was not in a calendar style, because I kind of like to keep the calendar for mostly appointments and bills. So this is from My Life Plans on Etsy. And this month, get my notepad. This month I have nothing this early. Let me look at the calendar. What week is what day? So, oh, and this calendar I also got from My Life Plans. You can see that. It's just so simple and minimalistic. I love it. So the 14th, I have a hair appointment. I'm gonna put that down because that's gonna cost money. And I'm going to Arizona 15th through the 18th for my sister's wedding. And then I'm getting my taxes done on the 22nd. And then I have a doctor's appointment on the 31st. I might have a copay. I'm not too sure. But I'm only trying to write things on here that cost me money, so I'm prepared for it. I'm also going to put that here. So this is, I'll consider that week 2 because that's my second paycheck. Okay. So week 2, I have hair appointment on the 14th. And then Arizona on the 15th. Yes, I am dyeing my hair the day before a wedding. I'm sure it'll look fine. But just a little nerve-wracking. So hair, Arizona, taxes, that should be week 3. Yep. I do have some money put away for this, but I sure hope it's enough, or I hope that I get a little bit back, or I'm okay with it being even. That's fine. And then on the 31st, I have a doctor appointment. We only have 4 Fridays. Yes. So put that in week 4. I have such dry eyes in the winter. It's horrible. It's very uncomfortable. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is first I'm going to fill out my bill tracker because it was getting kind of sloppy because some things have changed. And then from there, I'm going to put my bills on my calendar. All right, so I just updated this a little bit because it was getting kind of sloppy. What I did change is that I was paying on my student loans every month, but they're not due right now. And I have 2 balance transfers that I want to get paid off right away, just so that I don't get the interest tacked on. Those are due in May. So I'm focusing on paying off the balance transfers, and then I will jump back in with really high student loan payments because I won't have the payments for the balance transfers anymore. And like I'm putting $800 towards my balance transfer that is larger, that's due in May. And then my other balance transfer is $250. That is Care Credit, that's from foot surgery. And then the Discover is the only credit card debt that I have left that was just from like, you know, silly spending. And oh my God, I can't wait. I don't, if you haven't seen my debt video, I'll just go over it for like 30 seconds. But in 2020, I was in $77,000 of debt. That is literally just school loans, a car, and then credit card debt. Now, obviously, school loans and a car, that could be a decent amount of money. That's expected. But my credit card debt, that the highest was $22,000. And no, I never had like a big emergency. I never had to buy an appliance that was like $10,000. No, this is personal trainers, clothes, shoes, getting my hair dyed constantly. And watch, I'm getting my hair dyed in 2 weeks or in 1 week. But right now I'm okay with that. I have some more grays and I would like to take care of them. But back then it was just silly. It was irresponsible, and it has taken me so long to pay that off, and it wasn't worth it. And I think it was just really a self-confidence thing. I was unhappy with myself. So I thought, if I have all of these pretty clothes, if I have the best shoes, if I have like a nice purse, oh, my pets, they were spoiled. They were so spoiled. So they were probably really happy. But buying all those things did not fix me not being happy. So that's your TED Talk for the day. Don't buy items because you're sad. All right, next I have my monthly budget. So I briefly went over this before, but if you're new to budgeting, what I did is first I looked at all of my income, and that included paychecks, whatever deposits you have coming in, like if you split bills with somebody. So my husband is going to give me half of the rent, and then I take care of paying it. So that counts as income. And then I have all of my rollover money. So did I have cash envelopes? Did I have money in my checking accounts? Is there a sinking fund that I'm using, like some sort of savings? Like if I had money saved up for my hair appointment, I'm going to bring that in this month. And then I'm going to show somewhere that I'm going to spend it. And then, so you'll write that in your budget column, what you think you'll be spending. However, you might spend less, which I did right here, and I was really happy to write it down. So I have a friend who has a baby shower. I have 2 friends having baby showers. One is next month. One, I just spent that. And then I bought TurboTax, which I don't remember how much it was. So I just put $75. Well, it was only like $59. So, which is good also because, like I said, I need to get the flea and tick, which is $200. Need to make a vet appointment, which is just going to tack on more money. Then I also have just some little notes here. So, and this is on my shop, by the way. I'm going to put my name at the bottom. But I have 3 goals for the month, and then here's just some reminders. I'm really focusing on getting my grocery bill down and eating less takeout. because it is not healthy how much takeout I've been having sometimes. Let's see. So when I calculated my total income, I got a total, and then I wrote down everything that was coming out of my account, everything I had to pay for, all of the savings goals that I had, every single thing that I wanted to take care of. And then I said, what's left? If there is anything left, what's left? I had $500 left. So I decided, since I am putting away for savings and I'm being pretty responsible, I'm just going to put this 500 towards my number one priority debt, which is that one balance transfer, the higher balance transfer. So that is just a quick sum up of how to make a basic budget. You have all of your income, write down all your bills, your variable expenses, your debt, your savings, and then see what the difference is. What do you have left and what can you do with that? If you don't have any left, see where you can cut back, or see if you can do a little side job for the month. Do you have anything that you're really good at? Do you have anything that you can sell? Just things around the house. I did that a lot when I was trying to pay off my debt a few years ago. I was always on Marketplace selling things, and it definitely helped. And also buy things on Marketplace. Like, you don't need to buy new furniture, unless you really want to, totally fine. But see what you can find on Marketplace first, because that is definitely going to help you out. So then I also have spending trackers. This is for I have two checking accounts that I use. I have my paycheck split into the two checking accounts. And first up, I have the balance. This is basically my carryover from last month. So that will be here. I have checking account 1 and then checking account 2. Checking account 1, I had $11.99. This is only because I had extra money at the end of the month that I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. And I also said this in February. I fall off of my budget towards the end of the month. And because I don't know what I have to pay besides my bills, I don't pay anything else. I don't put into savings. I don't put into extra debt. I just cover my bills because I literally haven't looked at this and I haven't caught up on what is due. And I'm just kind of like nervous that I'm going to put extra money towards debt that I thought I had. And then, oh no, I forgot to pay cable, something like that. So try to track everything. That will help you out. And it's the stupid credit card that I'm using. Even though I'm paying it back, I'm not tracking things very easily because I'm able to just swipe instead of bringing my cash envelopes that I have specifically budgeted for. So I have my account balance here. This was the $11.99. And then this sheet, I had the $6.35. That's right there. And then when I was looking back, I found an extra $30. I don't think I calculated that there. So over here, once I know all of my 4 paychecks, I'll fill that part out. But the rest of it should be the same. Like, I know already what I had in my checking accounts. I know that my husband is going to give me, God forbid something happens, but he always gives me the correct amount. And then this is the only thing that's going to vary. This is like lower than, I've never really had less than this right now. So that's what you want. You want to get a super bare minimum income if your income varies a little bit, just so you can cover if it's not what you thought it was. You never want to write down less pay. I'm sorry, you never want to write down more pay than you think you might get, because anything could happen. So I have that. I have my spending trackers. I'm going to fill those out throughout the month. And then I'm using this instead of little trackers inside my envelopes. And so far, I really do like it. I used it last month too. I'm going to close out. I want to do a video on a whole budget closeout. I already did a video on a budget closeout, but it was like in a notebook and all theoretical based on my budget. But I'm going to do an actual one in my planner with my real numbers at the end of the month. This is, I already did a cash stuffing video. If you didn't see it, go check it out. This was the things that I had stuffed, and like this, I didn't exactly stuff it yet. So that's empty. Toiletries, I did buy pet food, so I'm going to have to, I bought it with my credit card, so I'm going to have to write that down there and then bring the cash to the bank and pay that off. And actually I made a spot for that, so I'm going to keep track of that there. And then I have my budget closeout. So I hope that this, I feel like it was all over the place. Honestly, though, it is, can you see that? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm a little tired. My voice is a little raspy, but I really just wanted to get this done and get it out there. I just feel more accomplished if I have posted this, and it makes me feel accountable that I need to now follow through, because my tracking has really been falling off and I don't like it. All right, what order I have this? Oh, I didn't write down my bills. I'm going to do that off camera. I'll write down my bills after. I'll probably do it tomorrow morning, honestly, so I can get some sleep tonight. I have orders to work on. I have so much to do, but I will just do that tomorrow. Alrighty. If you have any requests ever, anything budget related, savings goals, debt payoff, different ways that you can pay off your debt, organizing it, anything that is budget related, please let me know if you have any ideas, if you have questions or things like that. I would love to help you out. But if you enjoyed this, please give me a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate the support. And other than that, I will see you next time. Bye, guys.